Okay, it's now 5:30. I'd like to call the meeting to order. This time, Bryce, I'd like you to please come up and open us up in prayer.
Let's pray. Dear Lord, thank you so much for this day. Thank you so much for the little bit of rain you gave us this afternoon, Lord. Thank you so much for everything that you have set upon us in the city, Lord. Thank you for these people who guide our city on our city council and our mayor, Lord. Thank you so much for our police and our fire department as they protect and serve and help this and serve this community, God. Thank you so much, and it's in Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Okay, Mr. Davis, would you please verify the roll? Okay. Is there a motion to approve the minutes from the previous meeting? Have a motion second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. Okay, is there a motion to approve the prepared agenda?
So moved. Second.
Have a motion the second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. Okay, next on the agenda is citizens' comments. Comments should be no longer than 3 minutes in length and must pertain to city business. Is there anyone in the audience that'd like to address the council? Yes, sir. Please come forward and state your name and address, please. Yes, please. Thank you.
Reverend Gerald Heineke, 45 Chisholm Trail, Batesville, Arkansas. I wanted two things. One, I'm a pastor at Hope Lutheran Church, and I want to commend the city for the work that they've been doing. The employees who I continue to interact with have been very courteous. They've been very responsive, very polite, really easy to work with, as well as your subcontractors that are working for the city. So they've done a really great job. Second, on a more concerning note, I heard through the National Guard that there's a potential that we might be losing our armory here. It concerns me. I don't know can't figure out anything else besides that there's conversations between Batesville and the state National Guard. I don't know if you're able to comment on that at this point, but it's very disconcerting considering all that the National Guard has done here throughout their time throughout here. I mean, think about back in March when they were deployed for a couple of weeks during the aftermath of the tornadoes and the quick response that we had. They were here in less than 24 hours with boots on the ground. So if there is any possibility that the city is making that difficult, I would really ask you guys to just go back to what it was. I don't know. So thank you.
Well, thank you so much for your comments, and I will make a very quick statement. The city of Batesville has no ownership in the Batesville National Guard building. Yes.
So you guys have nothing to do with it?
Absolutely. That is correct.
All right. Thank you.
Correct. You bet.
What is happening?
Okay, let's move on to first item on the agenda is the police department. Please come forward. Chief Scarborough.
Good evening. So I actually have a bunch of notes for stuff to tell you guys. But I guess first, does anyone have any questions about the report I sent you? Before I go to that. So around March, I'm sure I told you guys when we did it, but we purchased some tools, some Halligan tools and some rams and stuff to help the officers, like we had search warrants or whatever, to get inside buildings or whatever. And then they did a 2-day class. As a result of the training the officers received, we had an incident earlier this month where a gentleman was needing medical aid and was pretty bad shape. The officers were able to use the tools and the training that they received and were able to force entry into this residence and get this guy medical aid. I just thought it showed that, the officers using we spent some money to train these guys and to buy the equipment, and it's already proven to pay off. So I just thought that was something I would like to mention. This year we started the peer counseling team. There's 4 officers participating in this team. Each officer's received roughly 30 hours of training during the year, and the team's been contacted about on like 6 different occasions. So they're dealing with some. We have some officers that struggle sometimes, and these guys are able to help them get on the right path. So it's been a blessing for us to have them. Since we launched our website back a couple months ago, we've gotten a whole bunch of FOI requests. We've gotten to the point where we've got so many that we had to pull an officer off of the street to fulfill the FOIs because he's got to go back and redact videos. And just wanted you guys to be aware that it's becoming it's just the world we're living in. But we're getting a lot of requests, and if you have a 30-minute body cam video, it may take 2 or 4 hours to edit that so that we can release it. So it's very time consuming. It's going to start costing us a lot. We're losing an officer off the street to fill these requests. Last week we received 2 of our 3 radar units we've ordered this year. They should be going in hopefully next week or so. As I probably say this every month, we were able to get a stolen car the last week or 2 from using our LPRs again. So they're an invaluable tool to us. But other than that, I don't really have anything as far as this goes, unless you guys have any questions for me.
Okay. Chief, do you have any presentations?
I do have a couple presentations I'd like to make.
Okay. All right.
So, public education.
Southside.
Exactly. So this year, the Chiefs Association asked all the chiefs to nominate an officer for Officer of the Year. I've nominated Officer Miguel Romero for Officer of the Year, the Chiefs Association. I'm going to read the nomination letter I sent. It says, I'm honored to nominate Officer of the Year award. Officer Romero, his unwavering commitment to law enforcement and safety and well-being of our community exemplifies the qualities this prestigious award seeks to recognize. Officer Romero has served with distinction in the Batesville Police Department for 3 years. Throughout his career, he has demonstrated an exceptional blend of professionalism, dedication, and leadership, setting the standard for excellence in the field of law enforcement. His ability to connect the community while maintaining a strong, effective approach to policing has made a significant impact on the department and the citizens he serves. Some of Officer Romero's notable achievements include his community engagement. Miguel has been at the forefront of several community outreach initiatives, including the Batesville Youth Soccer, and as the school resource officer for Batesville Public School. His efforts to foster positive relationships between law enforcement and the public have led to increased community trust. His leadership and mentorship. Officer Romero's leadership extends beyond day-to-day duties. He is a trusted mentor to his colleagues, particularly newer officers, guiding them through complex situations and offering valuable counsel. His leadership has helped elevate the professionalism and the morale within the department. Miguel has consistently demonstrated a high level of competence and dedication in his role as patrol corporal, whether responding to emergencies, investigating crimes, or undertaking specialized tasks. He has consistently exceeded expectations and demonstrated remarkable resilience and skill. Commitment to professional development. Miguel is deeply committed to his own professional growth. He has attended numerous training, workshops, and certifications. His dedication to staying at the forefront of evolving law enforcement strategies and technologies reflects his commitment to both his personal development and the betterment of our community. In conclusion, Officer Romero is an outstanding representative of law enforcement profession and a true asset to our community. His contributions not only made a tangible difference, but have also inspired those around him to pursue excellence in their own careers. I do not doubt that he would be the deserving recipient of Officer of the Year award. Yep.
Let's get Gail right here.
Next is going to be Corporal Froschauer and Sergeant Larry Green.
Our fancy.
I'm going to read off the letter here if I can turn it up. It is with great pride and appreciation that we recognize Sergeant Larry Green and Corporal Stephen Froschauer for their exemplary actions on July 4th, 2025 that directly contributed to saving the life of a citizen in our community. On that day, Sergeant Green and Corporal Froschauer responded swiftly to an emergency involving a victim who had suffered a heart attack. Upon arriving, both officers assessed the situation with professionalism and urgency. They immediately began life-saving measures, including the use of CPR and an automated external defibrillator, stabilizing the victim until emergency medical personnel arrived on scene. Their decisive actions, calm under pressure, and commitment to duty not only reflect the high standard of law enforcement service, but also undoubtedly made the difference between life and death. Their conduct is a powerful example of courage, skill, and dedication embodied by members of this department. In recognition of their heroic efforts, it is our honor to present Sergeant Larry Green and Corporal Stephen Froschauer with the Life-Saving Award. We extend our sincere gratitude for their service and commend them for their outstanding performance and commitment to protecting lives of others.
It's something right here, guys. Congratulations, guys.
On that note, Lieutenant Leonard has applied for a grant this year to try to outfit every one of our vehicles with an ED. The last is Charlie Jennifer Tate. The Valor Award for Valor. It is with profound respect and admiration that we formally recognize Officer Jeffrey Tate for his extraordinary bravery and selflessness during a critical incident on July 7, 2025. On that day, Officer Tate responded to the scene of a single vehicle or motor vehicle accident in which the person was trapped inside the vehicle that caught fire. Without hesitation and with complete disregard for his own safety, Officer Tate attempted to rescue the individual from the burning vehicle. Confronted with extreme heat, smoke, and rapidly deteriorating condition, Officer Tate demonstrated courage and determination in his efforts to save a life. Though the outcome of the incident is tragic, Officer Tate's actions reflect the highest traditions of valor and commitment to duty. His willingness to place himself in immediate danger to try to save another person is a testament to his character, professionalism, and dedication to public service. In recognition for his heroic efforts, Officer Jeffrey Tate hereby awarded the Valor Award. His actions bring great honor to himself and this department and the law enforcement profession with the highest regard and deepest gratitude.
Thanks, Chief.
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Damon Johnson.
I start putting me before him. I can't follow that. Well, I guess first things first. Should have all seen some social media posts, I assume. The roundabout is partially open at 20th. The Meyer Street leg remains closed while the work. But on way for people to learn, there's just basically one way in and one way out, and it'll be simple. And we anticipate there shouldn't be, if people use it correctly in the morning when school starts, the big stack that we're used to seeing should not happen. So that means there won't be a learning curve, and it may still happen for a little while, but hopefully people will navigate it smoothly and safely, and it'll be great. Moving forward on other projects, I certainly appreciate the Reverend out there. He at the Lutheran Church on White Drive. We've had a project going where we installed a new meter vault box out there where we sell water from Batesville to Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer had upsized their line last year, and we own the meter, so we had to upsize the meter. It's pretty significant. We're connecting an 18-inch line to a 12-inch line, and so we appreciate our contractors. Home is who's handling that project. Of course, they had subs that worked for them, but the church was very, very easy to work with, and we certainly appreciate his kind comments and their cooperation while we got that project completed. It's all but finished now. We just cleaned it up and getting the grass growing again. So Parks project continues to move forward, as you see when you go by. No large things to mention there. I mean, some concrete work is beginning. They're pouring foundations and retaining walls along the event center, and we're hoping in the next month or two that we'll start seeing foundation being dug and concrete start being poured on the event center. They're going to continue doing dirt work for the parking lots and sports courts that are up there kind of along Meyer Street, and we'll see that coming together also in the coming weeks. Initially, the water plant too is the same. It's moving forward. Nothing significant to report there. Lots of concrete being poured. Lots of activities. Don't see much. Most of it's below grade and it's coming up out of grade, but in the coming weeks, we'll start seeing buildings, or coming months, we'll start seeing some buildings start coming together. There's a lot of equipment that gets installed inside those buildings, so they'll get to a point and kind of stall while things are being installed, and then they'll continue building buildings up around them. St. Louis and Harrison traffic light. We've had some gremlins. We talked about that. It recently got upgraded. Then we had a strong thunderstorm. I know they were working on it today, and I haven't got an update on it. There's potential that one of the new cameras may have gotten damaged by some lightning. So that's being evaluated and making sure the grounding is all appropriate. And that's not a common, that shouldn't happen. So we just be sure that everything's buttoned up the way it's supposed to be. But otherwise, so we may see some of that traffic light is not working via camera while that gets ferreted out. So you may recognize that it's not the stack may get a little bigger there than what we want. But once that new camera gets replaced under warranty, we should see things smooth back out there. Other than that, really nothing significant to report. Business as usual throughout the city. We're trying to fix problems as they arise and deal with the ones we know of beforehand if we can. Do y'all have any questions for me about anything specific?
David, just curious, how's our AT&T subcontractors, STT? Are they abiding by the permit process, taking care of our citizens?
Yeah, as far as I know there was some, just we've had people come and there was some, I don't know some tenseness between them and some citizens over there in the Bryant addition. Since then, we have gotten them permitted, all the documentation. Clint has helped with that. AT&T put up a bond so that any city facilities that were destroyed or damaged without them repairing could be covered through that bond. But I have not received any additional complaints or anything. We have better, when somebody does call and say, hey, I've got a problem here, we have, I think we have better numbers and people to put them in contact with better than we did before. So a lot of times we can nip some of that pretty quick now that we can get people directly connected. Doesn't mean that they always agree about what the solution is, and then that is really the citizen and the contractor have got to find a way to work that out. At the end of the day, if there's an issue between the two of them, but to my knowledge, I do think it helped that we kind of talked about it, and I talked to two AT&T representatives about it, and they assured me that they were going to do a better job of making sure that their subcontractors adhere to their requirements that they weren't even necessarily doing a great job of adhering to. So hopefully, those issues will be mitigated moving forward. Anything else? Okay, thank you all.
Thank you, Damon. Okay, our Chief McCullum.
Howdy, y'all. Oh, July was kind of busy. We had 51 calls. Actually had one structure fire, one vehicle fire. We had 6 medical assists where the ambulance service calls us to help load or do things like that. One trench rescue, a guy, actually they were digging a hole. It caved in on him and we went in and done a rope rescue and got him out of there. 13 MVAs, which is motor vehicle accidents. 15 false alarms. A good intent call. We done 158 inspections, 136 training hours total. Hazmat scene, 1 gas leak, a carbon monoxide emergency, and 6 plan reviews. So they pretty busy in July, and August is looking worse than July, or however you want to look at it. We've had we had a fire on Central Avenue that we actually saved. We had 2 dogs in there, 3 dogs actually, and we saved 2 out of the 3, so that was good. But that's about it.
Ban yet?
Sorry?
Burn ban yet?
No, sir. No, I haven't even heard. A lot of times we'll hear rumor of it, but we haven't even heard that yet. I did have a phone call today from someone that's doing some building, and he said he was going to go ahead and do some burning real quick before it hit. So, and I don't think we've got enough rain to do anything on that part.
Okay, any questions for Chief?
Thanks, sir.
Thanks, Chief. Okay, next on the agenda is to consider an ordinance amending the ordinance regarding the composition of the Batesville Airport Commission. Would someone like to introduce the ordinance?
I will.
There's a motion to read the ordinance by title only.
So moved.
Have a motion to second. Council, please cast your votes.
That's where it is. Gonna do it again. One more time, Fred.
There you go. Okay, Mr. Matson?
Yes, sir. An ordinance amending the ordinance regarding composition of the Batesville Airport Commission and for other purposes.
Any discussion? Okay, is there a motion to further suspend the rules and waive the second and third readings?
So moved.
Second.
Motion is second. Please cast your votes, council. Okay, motion carries. Is there a motion to adopt the ordinance?
So moved. Second.
Motion is second. Please cast your votes. Okay, there is an emergency clause. Is there a motion to adopt the emergency clause?
So moved.
Okay, please cast your votes.
We need to read that real quick.
Yes, please.
Yeah, sorry. That the need for the Airport Commission to be in compliance with state law is immediate. Therefore, an emergency is hereby declared to exist, and this ordinance shall be in full force and effect from the date of its adoption.
Okay, now. Okay, motion carries. And that's actually increasing from 5 members to 7 members on the airport commission. Is basically that, isn't that correct?
Yeah. With 4 of those being city.
4 of those being city, 3 being county.
Yes.
So. Okay, next on the agenda is an executive session. Is there a motion to go into executive session? Motion. Motion is second. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Okay, coming out of executive session, we have a appointment to announce, and Councilman Roberts.
Yes, nomination of Clint Howard, who's been an aviation instructor with the Batesville school system. Nomination for him to fill an unexpired term going out to November of 2029.
Second. Okay, have a motion second to appoint Mr. Clint Howard to the Airport Commission. Any further discussion? If not, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Okay, thank you guys. And let's move on to financials as usual. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask myself or Ms. Davis. And we will move on to mayor comments. And I do have a few here. First of all, we got the appointment out of the way. One thing that I do have is, of course, being the Christmas capital of Arkansas, and we're having to relocate the Christmas lights, and those are basically 20th Street around the circle at the river or the old Josie's. But we are going to have some expense, and we've had actually a local businessman said he's going to help us try to raise some money for this. But in the meantime, we have to go ahead and get this processed. And so, because Johnny Abbott, we had myself, we had a conversation yesterday with Parks Director Lowen Lerman, and they're going to start moving things in because it's a very lengthy process to get all the lights and get them in place. And since this is new, we had a good meeting, and so you're going to see a lot of the activities north of the tennis courts in that area right there. So with that, Entergy is going to be dropping some electricity. And what I would like to do is to ask if the businessman comes through with this. Otherwise, I'd like to go ahead and borrow this $24,636.93 so we can go ahead and proceed and move forward. And so we will make sure we have electricity there.
Do we need to make a motion?
Absolutely.
Make a motion that we pay Energy?
Yep. And like I said, if this does not come through, we will pay back with the Christmas proceeds over a couple years.
Second.
Okay, I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? If not, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, like sign. Okay, the other thing, the White River Planning and Development organized a meeting, basically not really a meeting, but an informative gathering today with ADEQ. I know some of you individuals dropped by with ADEQ and AEDC. And this is concerning a brownfield grant. We've had the discussion over the last couple of years about the Grays Hospital. We have been offered by Joey Murkowski, the owner of that, and he is wanting to donate that to us, that particular building. It's a blighted building. It's got a lot of challenges. We've had a number of individuals. It's in the opportunity zone thinking this could be remodeled and have housing. But when you've got foot-thick walls in there, they've all turned away from it. There has been estimates on how to create that, and no investors want to do that. So the only folks that can do that is actually a 501, not really a 501c. I guess it is, but the city. If we get this in our hands, they talked about help facilitate with White River Planning and Development. They would help us facilitate a brownfield grant, and they talked very positive that we could move forward on that. And like I said, Jan Smith and her team was very positive in walking us through it. But we have to, if we're going to move on it, it's not a guarantee on anything, but the first phase of it, the brownfield would take care of all the asbestos. And that's probably going to be at $150,000. It would not come from us. The other phase the next segue would be able to apply through AEDC, which is basically a new grant, and maybe taking the building down to the ground. And what we would do at that time, we would create green space. It would be the city's property. Half of that block or half of that area, you move to the back of the building. That would be our area there. And like I had one city councilman mention before, he said, that's the gateway of our community, and it's ugly. That's the bottom line. Graffiti, we're getting people who come in there. So if we do not, do this, who else will? So what I'm doing is asking you guys permission to move forward. Does anyone want to make any type of comments about the Grays building?
I would say that one of the questions I had of the group was any potential liability that we would incur, not necessarily tort liability, but environmental issues, because we don't know what we don't know about that building. This Brownsfield grant would, of course, the first phase is assessment of what those hazardous materials would be, and then mitigation of that. So, but statutes exist that protect us from liability as it relates to environmental questions. So that made me feel a lot better about the property. In my mind, the worst thing that could happen, assuming that the assessment grants the Brownsfield grant is approved, assuming that the abatement takes place, again, all on ADEQ's dime, not the city's. Worst thing that could happen is we get an empty building that is safe, much safer than what it is today. That's the worst case scenario. Feel very positive, of course, as the mayor said. AEDC has the new grant program about taking the property down to the ground. This is a new program. I think the state is excited about seeing this as perhaps a poster project for them. So this nothing is guaranteed, but could be a very positive step to get rid of that blight entering our downtown.
Okay, with that being said, if there's not any other comments, I would like to have possibly a motion for myself to be able to move forward with the application along with White River Planning and Development as partners and move forward with this.
I would make a motion to accept the gift contingent upon receipt of grant funding for the assessment and abatement.
Second.
Okay. So we have a motion.
Second.
Have a second. Okay, any further discussion? If not, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay, thank you guys. Next meeting is August the 26th, and let's move right into liaison reports. We don't have any. Council comments.
Ms. Bennett? None. Mr. Fredericks? Ms. Hinkle?
None.
None. Mr. Krug?
No.
Mr. Moody?
Yes, one. The old bio bridge going into West Side has a lot of gravel and grit on it, and we're doing the farmer's market on one side. We got the new Dollar General on the other. Seems like we might ought to think about how to clean it.
Side needs to be.
State highway.
Well, but the bridge is an entryway there too, so got to start somewhere, and we cleaned under it already. So
That should be an easy fix. If you will remind me or Mr. Moody, if you want to contact our chief, I believe they could probably take care of that and probably wouldn't take them that long.
On that same bridge is some sort of pipe that the insulation stuff's coming off, and I've had a couple people say there's bags of trash laying there, but it's really just whatever's covering that pipe that's coming off that needs to also be repaired.
it's on this side.
I've always wondered what that was. If it's insulation to keep it from freezing, so water main, whatever.
No, you're right.
Yeah, Damon could do you know what that is, Damon, on the old Bio Bridge? Okay, all right. Very easily could be that.
Yeah, well,
Okay.
they're sort of.
Shredded.
Sort of.
Yeah, it's kind of shredded, been that way for a while, hasn't
Yeah.
it?
It's like black with white something under it.
We'll have that checked out. Okay,
Mr. Reeves?
None.
Mr. Roberts?
None.
okay. Do we have a motion for adjournment?
So moved.
Motion a second. All in favor of adjournment signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign.
You can't get it.
Yeah,